Alright guys, follow along today for a no control power call. Here I'm just verifying the complaint, and then I'm doing all the simple checks first, making sure door switches are closed, no e-stops are pushed in, so I'm just kind of resetting all these e-stops, and they seem to be good. This machine runs off 24 volts DC, so first thing I always like to look at is our safety relay to make sure that it is made, and here we can see that it is not made. And then I also check that the power supply is good, and with having voltage coming into our safety relay, I do know that the power supply is good because this voltage is fed off from the power supply. So our safety relay has power. Now we need to check where we are missing our channel. So S11 and S12 is a single channel, it just loops all the way back around. And here we have voltage from S11, and then we should see it at S12 if we don't have an open in our safety circuit, in which we don't see it, so we have an open. So coming out from S11, our safety circuit is right here, and it terminates back to S12. So then I'm going to start checking to see where our open is. So first I'm going to test this point, X1. And X1 we do have control voltage. And I'm going to check X2. And from X1 to X2, if we see our control voltage, that tells me that this emergency stop is good. So we have voltage coming out from the emergency stop button, which tells me that is good. And we're going to do the same for the next components. We're going to check X2, termination 6. Here's termination 6. Voltage coming in. And we're going to check X2, termination 7. That's the voltage that comes out from the E-stop. And that is where we are missing our control voltage, as we don't see 24 volts coming out to termination 7. So we have 24 volts going into the E-stop and no voltage coming out from the E-stop. This tells me the E-stop is this prime suspect, or it could be the culprit. So let's take a look at this emergency stop, S1A. And here's S1A. And I did end up having to replace the contact block. It wasn't closing when the E-stop is released. The contact block was bad, so I did switch that out. The production supervisor came and started breathing down my neck, so I couldn't record how I troubleshot the E-stop. I just did a resistance test and it wasn't closing when it was supposed to. As you can see here, we have control power again after I replaced the block.